Hello everyone. The topic for today's video is how did I win Mrs. India crown? How did I think of participating? How did I prepare for the pageant? And what is the whole process? People ask me this question, so I thought I'll make a video and help you all if anybody is thinking of participating in Mrs. India or any such beauty pageant. Um, this video might help you. I'll just give a brief background about myself and then I will tell you how did I win this particular pageant. I am from a small town in South India, and ever since I was a child, I was very interested in being fashionable, and I used to follow those fashion pageants. I loved watching beauty pageants. Um, I saw Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra, and Sushmita Sen win their crowns. I was in my teenagers around that time, and I was very inspired by this women. And somewhere I also felt that I should try, participating in this beauty pageants. Um, because I was this slim, fit person as a teenager. Um, so there were like pros and cons, and coming from such a traditional, conservative society and family, it was quite forbidden for us to go into fashion industry or participate in such pageants. So that was out of the context. So I focused on my studies, and I went on to do a master's degree in IT, and I landed my first job in finance sector, and ever since I was in finance sector for about 10 plus years. And then I did a PG diploma in nutrition and masters in psychology, and I traversed into wellness industry since 2020. It's been like nearly 5 years now. And I was always interested in wellness, and I was reading a lot of books about wellness always. So it was not like a jump from finance to wellness. It was a very smooth transition because I already had the knowledge it takes. I had a bachelor's degree in microbiology, and my father was a doctor, and so I was always in the not very far from the medical field, I would say. So it was not a huge jump. So life went on, my career, focusing on my career, my children, my family, and juggling these two, the family and work, in itself is a task. We all women know that. However, I always wanted to take part in a beauty pageant, and I was just browsing through the pageants that were available at India for Mrs. India. So I came across this few pageant companies who conduct a Mrs. India competition. Out of them, in my research, I found out about Tiska pageants, and they have been very consistent with their pageants, and I looked into their progression and the kind of people that were winning through their pageant. That impressed me because there were a lot of doctors and engineers and lawyers who were participating in this pageant. that was encouraging to me because I have no fashion background, or I am completely academic background I'm from, and I'm a very career oriented person. So I somehow felt comforting knowing that people very similar to myself are participating in Tiska Mrs India, and I enrolled for it. And there are a couple of rounds that happen. So initially you have to submit your photographs, and they have an interview that happens, and a couple of interviews that happen in telephone and in person, and they will shortlist candidates. And I went through all this 2 to 3 precursors of participation, and I was shortlisted as a finalist. And I get a call. They told me that I'm one of the finalists, and now the reality started sinking in that this is all getting serious, and I'm actually going to participate. So I discussed with the pageant, you know, the persons who manage the pageant. So I spoke to them, Mr. Prashant ji and Miss Swati Dikshit, Prashant Chaudhary and Swati Dikshit. And I told them, like, I'm not very confident. I've never done this before. I was never in the fashion industry, and I don't know what it takes really. And I applied, for fun, and now it's getting real. So they gave me a lot of confidence, saying that you have what it takes, right? Like you are like tall, you are like slim built, fit, and you're good looking, like you can go for it, is what they told. I did not have the confidence, right? The first thing being, I was not into fashion industry. I've never been in any such setups, right? Coming from a conservative family, and never been there. And secondly, I was not confident enough that um, I know I like to certain extent I'm confident, and I know I'm good looking enough to be confident, but what are the metrics to be beautiful, and what are the parameters to be beautiful and fit into that beautiful, like the context. It's all about um, beauty, isn't it? The context, the premise itself is about being beautiful. So somewhere that fears kicked in, that I am going to put myself out there for people to judge me based on my beauty, right? um, Being a career woman, I never thought that you know beauty is a metric, and they somebody is going to judge me based on that. So all those concerns and fears kicked in. However, the people who conduct this pageant, Prashant ji and Swati ji, they kind of motivated me, saying that you have to try it before you reject the idea. You have to try it, and we believe in you, that you have what it takes. And I kind of listened to them, got convinced somewhat, and then I started preparing for the pageant. It was like 6 months for the final to commence. So being a nutritionist, I was always focused about my nutrition and fitness, and that continued. And there's nothing extra that I had to do in that context. So that just continued. Maybe I kind of was more regular with my fitness regime and exercise, etc. I started taking a little care about my skin and hair. So talking about skin, in India, the standard of beauty and beautiful skin is lighter skin, right? We can go on debating about this, but that is the reality. People like light-skinned women, right? Particularly coming to women, they prefer light skin, and that is a big metric or parameter to be called beautiful, right? So I have always been British, and I accept it. I like the way I am. Um, so I just was taking the usual care of my skin, that, moisturize, hydrate, and, just basic routine that I was following. Uh, but I did face the, harsh critical feedback, people coming up to me and saying that, why don't you do something to lighten your skin? After all, you're going for a Mrs. India pageant. Maybe it's time for you to do that, like, there are a lot of things available in the market, like get some glutathione injections, or IV, etc., or maybe laser treatments, or they came up with all those advices and feedback. Lighten your skin, basically. Do whatever it takes, but lighten your skin. I started thinking, like, what am I facing, right? I mean, I've always been comfortable in my skin, with my skin color, and I've been confident person all through my life, and I didn't want to change myself for this one particular competition, right? I just want to go there like I am, okay, and just own it up. And I did not take offense of the people who came up to me and said this. They were well wishers, maybe. For them, beauty is that, being light skinned. And they thought it's a good advice to give. I didn't take it as an offense. However, I have not done anything in that direction to change my skin color. Right? This is what I have got naturally, and I want to own it up and be confident in my skin. Go up there and win the pageant like what I am. And yes, I did take care of my hair and the skin, the basic health, hygiene and health of my skin and hair. And I just continued with what I believed, with my clean eating, good nutrition, regular exercise, meditation, breathing exercises, and basic skincare, hydration, cleansing, and nothing fancy. Very, very basic skincare routine and hair care routine. Um, yeah, I'm blessed with a good hair genetically, being a South Indian. I just did some very basic, grooming for my hair and skin. Nothing drastic, I would say. Just anybody who's going for such competitions, this is my advice. Don't do anything crazy. Don't go for all those fancy skincare or skin treatment like laser or hydra facial. Also, I would not recommend. Just a basic cleanse and then hydrate, and follow a routine of moisturizing and sunscreen in the day, maybe a good quality serum or night cream in the night. That is it. That is more than enough. um, and then that's how I prepared, and then I had to focus on my pageant walk, right? So there were some tutorials, there was some training that was given to me regarding the walk. So we have to wear heels of minimum 5 inches, and that to the pencil heel, not the block heels or any other kind of heel. You have to wear the pencil heel, which is like 5 inches. So you have to practice the walk wearing this heels, pencil heel. So that is something I did. The pageant, Tiska pageant conductors, they have helped me with the walk, and they also train you with the body language, etiquette, etc. How you present yourself, how you conduct yourself, it all matters. So there were some grooming sessions for your nutrition, walk, and your body language, your etiquette, all that. And that's how you prepare, and they also help you. They have certain tasks that they give you, one a month at least, or like sometimes closer to the date they do more such tasks with you, like you have to make some videos for them, and they will prepare you, train you for what it takes, right? So there's nothing like you have to have it already. They train you, they prepare you for the pageant. It's very seamless, they're very helpful. The mentors who worked with me, they were very helpful, and they did motivate me, inspire me, and tell me how do I prepare myself and what is required for a pageant, right? So before I went there, I already knew what is expected of me, right? What should uh, my dresses look like. So we prepare for the, it's like a 5 day pageant. So they tell you each day what am I going to wear and how should the styling be, and what is the activity planned for that day. So they tell you, they give you a itinerary, and then you are prepared with all your 5 days dresses and activity plan. So there is a talent round, so you have to prepare for that talent round. And there is a introduction, basic introduction round, where you sit and talk about yourself, introduce yourself to the other participants and the jury. And talent round, of course, whatever your best ability or skill is, you have to display that to the jury. So I chose dancing as my item for talent round. So I had to prepare. I took classes for dance, and then another round is cultural round. So you have to represent your state and the culture you are from. So I chose a silk sari, Dharmavaram silk sari. I am from a place called Dharmavaram in Andhra Pradesh. So that is famous for silk sari production. It is like a Kanjivaram silk sari. So I have chosen that, and I represented my culture. I wore that sari, and sari is always elegant. It's just the best outfit a Indian woman can carry. So I did that in the cultural round, and there was a bikini round that was optional. So if you're not comfortable, you can skip it, but I have done it, and it was one experience. It is totally optional. If you're not comfortable, you can skip it. But if you think you are confident enough and you want to embrace your flaws, the stretch marks from childbirth, and imperfection is also beautiful, so you can go ahead and do it. I personally, I have participated in that. And yeah, the final day, fifth day, was um, the final showdown, right? You kind of do the walk in front of the grand jury, and they ask you questions that are like they keep shortlisting the candidates, right? So through this 4 days of pageant, you are constantly marked on how you talk, how you interact with other people, your personality, your body language, your confidence, and not just participation in the items or events. Apart from that, your general behavior, everything is getting marked, right? Even I was not aware of this, but then the jury is always there and they're always marking you for all these things. And I didn't have a strategy for sure. I was not aware this is being done. I was not there with any strategy, but then I was just myself. I'm just a people's person. I was just happy being there with all those achievers from different backgrounds, different parts of India, and most beautiful women, and most talented women, confident women, right? The first day, I just walked into this room full of beautiful women of like 60 women. There were different categories, of course, so there were 60 women in competition. In my particular age group category, there were about 20, I believe. So there were like 60 women, and I just walked in. I felt everybody is so beautiful, talented, and they have such rich background. My, ego just vanished, right? I'm just there. I don't know if I was well prepared or not. Am I, what is definition of beauty? What do we do here? Everything that I was prepared for and I learned and I was mentored for, everything just was gone. I was just happy being there. It was an experience for me, talking to all those women, sharing that experience with all of them. I just started having fun. And that just came through, I believe. I was just happy being there. It was not a competition for me, it was an experience. I win or not, it was not very important. I was just there enjoying the experience, interacting with all those women, getting to know them, and they're getting to know me. And we were just, it was like back into college days, right? So we were all very friendly. We didn't feel like we were in competition with each other. um, yeah, there were few women who were very, very competitive, but most of us, we just enjoyed the experience. It was like a good girls' holiday, like all those 5 days. And the first day when I walked in, I thought, I'm not here for any competition. I'm just enjoying this experience. I'll do my best. I have prepared and I'll do my best. And the rest is up to the jury and up to my destiny and luck. And I did my best all through the events and items. And on the fourth day, they have announced the subtitles, and I won three of them. Beautiful smile. No, sorry, I did not win the beautiful smile. I won the Mrs. Photogenic, Beauty with Brains, and Beautiful Hair. These were the three subtitles that I won. And then I got little confidence that, all right, this is going a little in my favor, maybe little planned as my as per my plan. I was a little happy that day on the fourth day of the pageant. The next day was the grand finale. And on the grand finale, I was not nervous at all. I was just in the flow. I was very happy. I'm just like back in the college. Bring it on. I'll do my best. Sort of attitude that really helped. Being cool, being like calm and happy and pleasant. and always smiling and not stressed under pressure. That helped me, I believe, and I was very open for feedback from the mentors. Whatever they told me, I was taking in. I was only getting better and better. Um, there was a coordinator for teaching us the body language and the walk, the catwalk and the pageant walk, and there is a choreography for the final event, right? So that was a very rigorous process. So there was Mr. Pranav. He's a Bollywood choreographer and pageant specialist. So he was helping us with this choreography for the final day. It was very rigorous. We were sleeping like 1-2 hours a day, and the entire day was action filled. It was like full of something or the other happening, some event or the other happening. Otherwise, we are practicing for the final day choreography and the walk. He was very strict, Mr. Pranav. He was very, very strict, but that's how it should be, right? We are all grown women. We are like, very successful in our own career and backgrounds, but then there we were students, and he treated us like students, and it worked. It helped us, and we learned, and we put up the final show. And in the final show, like I said, they will keep shortlisting the candidates. There is a elimination happening. The first round, everybody is there and they ask you questions. There's a choreography, the walk that we perform, and they ask you questions on the stage. It was a grand stage. The pageant and event was such a grand affair, and we have like this really grand jury, very powerful people from their respective fields like fashion industry, and we had Shweta, who is a finalist in Miss Universe, and there were other people like entrepreneurs and designers, and lot many powerful people came in as a final event jury members, and the event was really grand. They kind of pulled out this massive show at Delhi. So the final day, early morning, we had to do the practice on the real stage, and it was so grand. The lights were on, and it was such a big, the hall was really big and well decked up, and the stage was like massive and magnanimous. So we were there, the lights were on, and we were doing the choreography on the main stage, and the tension was high. Everybody was so stressed, and even the best of the participants and the mentors, they were all stressed, and it was all people are getting upset, somebody's like not well, or somebody's like they could not walk for so many days in that pencil heel, and they kind of got injuries, like yes, they actually got injured. I mean, not like they fell off or anything, but then they couldn't walk anymore. I think one girl was like that. However, it is all like fun, and being a psychologist, it helped me. Being calm under pressure is what is required in such situations and events, right? So I did that, and the final show was the final show started, everybody, the audience came in. My family, my husband and children were in the audience, and I was not aware where they were sitting, what's happening in that front, because the lights are so bright you cannot um, see who's in the audience really. So you're just doing your thing. So the first question answer round, I kind of made it into the final 10. I believe the final five. I made it into final five, and there. Uh, they kind of again shortlist you, and the final three were announced, and I was one of the final three now. And the kind of, not nervous, the excitement. Now I'm sure that I'm walking away with one or the other crown, right? um, Runner or winner doesn't matter, so I'm in the final three. Now, for the final three, they ask you a question. All three of us should do that, answer that question. You get kind of 1-2 minutes to write down your answer, and you read it out for the jury. So I did that. The question was, how do you define success? What is success for you? So I will tag down the video of what my answer was. And all three of us answered it, and my answer won, and I became the winner. And I feel all three of us are winners, and we were happy for all three of us. We didn't mind anybody of us becoming a winner or runner. And that moment, when I won, I went backstage, and my competitor, I'm getting goosebumps while I talk about this experience. I went backstage, and this women who were competing with me, and they were genuinely happy for me, and they just gave me a hug. And Punita is the first runner, and the second runner is Dr. Mukherjee. Both of them are doctors, Punita being a PhD doctor, and Aparna, the second runner, Rituparna. She is a doctor, she specializes also. She's a MD doctor. So they both came up to me, they congratulated me, they gave me a hug, and they said, you totally deserve to win. And I mean, what else? This is what the spirit of women, right? It's not in competition. It is in winning together and feeling happy for each other. And that was my experience of winning Mrs. India. And as soon as I won, my children and my husband, they were so happy for me. They were like cheering for me from the audience. They were like whistling and dancing for me, and they were very happy, of course. And I had to stay back for a photo shoot that the pageant planned after I won. So I didn't come back home with my family, but they were very happy. They met me and they were very happy. And then I video called my mother first thing and my sister. They were very happy for me, and this is something I always wanted since I was a child, and finally it became a reality. Uh, that's why you should never say never if you have a passion or a dream go for it. It's never too late. And after I was done talking to my husband, children, and my mother, sister, I called my mother-in-law and father-in-law. I did speak to my father, of course. He was also very proud and happy for me. And then I spoke to my mother-in-law and father-in-law. They were very, very happy for me. And I was so overwhelmed for a family like this. Family is everything. You want to be anything, um, you need your family's support. And I'm sure there are so many people out there who are much more talented, much more beautiful, and much more able than me, and they're not able to participate in such pageants or follow their passion because they do not have support from the family. And but I really was very happy that I have such a supportive family and who are so supportive and genuinely happy for all my successes. But to the women who do not get such support from their family, I want to tell you something. There were a lot of women who came to this pageant who convinced their families. It took a lot of effort for them to convince their families, and finally they accepted and they came, right? So that is possible. You should try before giving up. And even after trying, if they don't, there's something else that is coming your way, right? So don't give up on your passions and find ways to make those passions and dreams into reality. And yeah, this is my experience of taking part in Mrs. India pageant, Tiska Mrs India 2023. I won the crown, and it was a very awesome experience. And people ask me what happens after winning such pageants, right? So the pageant organizers, they give you certain opportunities for the winners, like you can participate in fashion shows as a showstopper, or you can be a brand ambassador, or you get some promotional activity, etc. So how much you want to indulge and be part of the fashion industry, you get opportunities and you use those opportunities. As far as I am concerned, I have promoted few brands, and then I featured on a magazine on cover page, lifestyle magazine, international magazine, uh, as their cover girl. So yeah, it was very, very fulfilling. I did feature in Hindustan Times and few other newspapers like Times Upload, and you can Google my name and you can find all those newspaper sightings. I've been on magazine cover, and I have featured in the most popular newspapers, and my parents and in-laws and husband, children, everybody is so proud of my achievements, and I got that visibility. I am a psychologist and nutritionist. Decent visibility I already had, but this did give me a visibility, and the reach uh, uh, of mine has increased, right? So this is everything about pageants, winning and participating, and what it brings into your life, sort of information. I hope this is helpful for at least few of you all, and I wish you good luck. If you're thinking of participating in such pageants, go for it. And there is again one other myth which I want to kind of break with this video, that these pageants are not done fairly, or they're not done in a decent way, and women are not respected, etc. Absolutely not. It was such a good experience all through. There was so much respect, and everybody who participated in the pageant were professional women. As I said, they were doctors, lawyers, and finance experts, and you name it. There was a IFS forest official, uh, like it's a government IS rank job she holds, and she participated in the pageant. So we were all thoroughly respected, we were so comfortable, and there was not one bit of unease or discomfort that we faced. So it is not that, right? I cannot speak for all the pageants, but Tiska was very, very comfortable. I can speak about Tiska that it was very comfortable, and I was very happy that I chose this particular pageant. So yeah, if you're thinking of participating, go ahead, do your research, talk to the people who already participated. How was their experience, right? There could be some fake pageants, or where you're not very comfortable. So yeah, you have to do your research. Most importantly, speak to the organizers and also to the previous participants. That will help, and yeah, go for it. If you are passionate, you have to try it and make your dreams a reality. And I wish you all very, very good luck, and I hope this helped. Stay happy, stay healthy until I meet you next time. And even now, I don't have any makeup, or I believe in just being true and raw. um, yeah, stay happy, stay healthy. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.